Would you shut up and just push the button already?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's the Wisey Translator on the Wise Guys Sports Show.
I'm forever unclean.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Wisey Translator. It is the best segment of the night because it is the last segment of the night. It is a time when James and I give each other names inside or outside of the sports world. And the first thing that pops into our brains is what we tell you out there in the land of the internet. James, last week we had one of our funnier moments with the translator when you called me a dirty motherfucker because I gave you Framber Valdez, who, by the way, lost to the Mets the other night in the translator when you were going to give him to me. So I hope I didn't get you here. I really do.
I kind of went out of left field here with I've got a couple of names down, so I've got backup plans tonight.
Okay, so I'm going out of the baseline with this one. And your name in tonight's Wisey Translator is the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, J.P. Picklesucker.
You know, it's hilarious that no matter which bench that he's coaching from, he's always complaining about the officiating and the calls. He wasn't getting them when he was here. Now he's complaining that he's not getting them for what the NBA deemed was a proper no call at the end of Game 5 last night.
I saw that. He still doesn't know how to make adjustments.
People were saying that Kenny Atkinson was actually like JB Bickerstaff, only shorter and with better hair, with the fact that he actually has hair. No, it proved last night that as good as Bickerstaff is, and he's going to be a finalist for Coach of the Year again, and the fact that he won 2 of them when he was here, you're right. He does. What is it with coaches in the city of Cleveland that can't make adjustments? Stefanski couldn't do it. He got run out finally. Bickerstaff couldn't do it in the playoffs, which is why the Cavs really, are one game away from getting further in the playoffs than, quite honestly, any of Bickerstaff's teams that, if we sit back and we think about it, was probably more talented with the core that they had.
They were more talented. And by the way, I'm going to say it this way. When they get this thing done, because I believe in my heart of hearts they're going to get this thing done tomorrow. Kenny Atkinson is going to prove that his time in Brooklyn wasn't on him.
Oh, everybody knows it was basically they were so bad that they had to clean house with everything. And, no matter what the roster turnover was going to look like, he was not going to end up staying. They were going to rebuild the front office and then try to rebuild the roster. And the problem is now, since that's happened, they've done neither.
Exactly. So I want to ask you a quick question, and then I want to get to your choice for me. James, if the Cavs win the next 5 games, because we know 1 more and then 4 in the next round, is Colby Altman the best front office executive this franchise has ever had?
You have to really sit back and think about this because he wasn't, I don't think he was running the show when the championship came through. Was he?
No, that was David Griffin, but he was Griff's right-hand man.
Right. But
I'm more thinking of from the moment LeBron said he was going to the Lakers 8 years ago to now. Is this, and Kobe was the GM his final year because Altman's the one who redid that roster in 2018 that got us Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson and those guys that helped them get to that finals. So he put together the roster that got them to the finals in 2018 up until now when he's the president of basketball operations and that other guy is the GM.
Mike Gansey.
Jim, is this the best run of an executive in Cleveland basketball history?
You'd have to say for the success that they have now, yes, but you might have been a lot younger and don't really remember this nearly the way that I do, Wayne Embry was a damn good
I was going to say
GM.
Wayne Embry. Wayne Embry was the only other name I could think of, and he helped put him and Lenny Wilkins put those teams together with the Price and Doherty and Elo and Larry Nance Sr. and those boys.
And Hot Rod and,
But
yeah.
And Hot Rod, yeah. So, and by the way, I forgot Kevin Johnson was drafted by the Cavaliers.
Yep, you saw the clip. Yep, about Mark Price.
I did. But I just marvel at the fact that we are sitting here talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers with a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2018, but the first time in franchise history without him.
I'm trying to remember
if they didn't get to a conference final. They didn't get to a conference final with Doherty and them.
I'm wondering if they got there during
the semis.
I'm wondering if they got there during the old Wine and Gold World B
Miracle at Richfield
era.
They won the first round and got smoked in the second round. And then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't go back to the playoffs again until Lenny Wilkins took over.
Yeah, I gotta look this up here very quickly. I'm already into it. Eastern Conference Finals, 1976, lost to Boston. That was the Miracle of Richfield year.
Oh, was it? What?
Yeah,
I thought there was.
But that was also, remember, I think that there were only 3 rounds in the playoffs because they automatically went into the semifinals, into the conference semifinals that year. And then, yeah, you're right. They did not advance to the Eastern Conference Finals until 1992, where they lost to Michael's Bulls.
Jesus. So it's 76, 92, and then all the years with LeBron, and possibly after tomorrow.
Yep.
Good God.
So, Michael, your name in the Wisey Translator, I'm going to actually feed right into your wheelhouse tonight with baseball, which we have not talked about, and we're going to get back to here once the playoffs die down a little bit. Hell of a player. He is in one of the worst slumps we've ever seen right now. It is the high-priced talent. Forget about him because he's only high-priced right now. The currently 0 for 27, Corey Seager.
He'd be better off looking at working on his night moves the way he's playing right now, because he's not playing well at all. And yes, that was a veiled Bob Seger reference. Don't look at me like that.
It's not Chris Davis like 0 for 47 or whatever it was, but
it's not even what Cal Raleigh just broke. Do you see what happened to the big dumper?
Yeah.
0 for 34.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing. Chris Davis and Cal Raleigh they're not a former 2-time World Series MVP.
No, they're not. And in fairness to Seager, Texas isn't as good as people thought they were going to be. And that team winning, I've never been a big Corey Seager fan. Never. He was good with the Dodgers for 1 year. He was good with Texas for 1 year. And since then, he's been a middle-of-the-road shortstop with decent offensive numbers.
I mean,
oh, how the tables have turned.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going through the article on ESPN. His last hit was an RBI single in the 4th inning at Yankee Stadium on May 6th. Seager's solo home run in the first inning put Texas ahead to stay in that 6-1 win over New York, but strikeouts in his final 2 at-bats started his hitless span. He is 6 for 61 with 23 strikeouts over his last 16 games.
In other words, he struck out more in his last 16 games than Tony Gwynn did in the entire decade of the 90s.
And you are right. Texas is not who we thought they were. So I'm still
Enter Denny
I'm
Green.
still hopeful that we get with the fact that the A's are currently on top in that division. I'm hopeful that things shift around here in the next couple of weeks, that we get the asshat standings. Michael,
Speaking of asshats, James.
I got one bonus name here for you.
Oh, yay. Who is
You
it?
brought it up to me earlier. I finally saw what you were talking about. We're gonna shout him out here. Cleveland legend, the one, the only, Pantsley.
I merely can bow in reverence to the Lord of the Pants. That was the funniest shit First of all, let's start with the mural, which is amazing.
So, for reference, we're referring to Cleveland artist, and actually, known to some on a nationwide scale, of Cleveland's own Aaron Seacrest, who Michael graduated with, and my brother and I were decent friends with. Well, Frank, certainly my brother Frank, certainly more than me. Um, for a number of years. And I've got my 30-year anniversary, my 30-year high school graduation anniversary coming up here in the middle of July. And Mike, it's yours is going to be next year. And Aaron Seacrest has actually done, he's done work for comics. He's put together mock-ups of when the Indians were looking to change their logo. He drew up a mock-up of the Browns changing their name to the Buzzards when they were coming back. Saying that they need to shed the Browns likeness and start everything fresh. He has since created a mural, and Michael, if you'd like to explain this briefly.
So the mural is dedicated to one of the greatest moments in Indian/Guardians history of the last 10 to 15 years. And it is, of course, the knocking out of, what the hell was his name?
Tim Anderson
by Jose Ramirez. It is so well done. It is amazing artwork. But that was only the beginning, because the line he used at the end of the interview was amazing, because he said Jose Ramirez took a bigger pay cut than I ever would to stay in this town. Are you kidding me, dude?
The mural is in Lakewood, Ohio, which is a very popular kind of bar and hangout area in the greater Cleveland area. It is painted on the outside wall of the Easy Out Sports Bar. And we will try to actually put information up here in the video, so this way you guys can see it. But definitely go check out our old friend. You can find him at OKPants, OKPANTS on Instagram. Definitely show the Lord of the Pants, the Pantsley, the former Dreadlock Dynamo, the Hardcore Hebrew, all the other names I'm trying to think of when we used to backyard wrestle. So
I forgot about the Hardcore Hebrew.
Yep. Definitely go take a look, go show him some love, and it is definitely a sight to behold. The mural is fantastic.
It really is. It really is. And I am not artistically inclined outside of my music ventures in the past. This dude is something else, man. And go to his bar too.
Old 86. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's gonna be hilarious. I think we'll actually put that up the next time we've got Alex on because it's one of our artists knocking out a player from his White Sox that we can't put them in
He would shit
Azerbaijan because
hamster.
they're actually competitive this year.
Yeah, Murakami's a lot better than we thought. Well, you know what? I think we should save that part of the conversation for the special event we have next Friday.
Okay. Can we not do that right now?
Michael, go ahead.
Next Friday night, May 22nd, the Wise Guys hit 150. And it will be a live show, 9 p.m. on the Wise Guys YouTube channel. We will have so far the Sporting Sith, the Hall of Famer, will be with us that night as James and I bring you episode 150 of this passion project of ours that all started, speaking of high school, with a reunion, with an episode simply titled High School Reunion, and is now grown into something that we look forward to each and every single week we do this. We're trying to get Alex. He has been, between work and everything else, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So if we can get the Horsemen together, it'll be a lot of fun. We will get to baseball. If Alex is there, we'll have to get to the Pope too. I mean, it has to happen.
And this will probably be like an off-season, free for all because, Michael, why do I get the feeling I'm going to be the one taking the brunt of the shots that night?
Why? Because your birthday's coming up. We're gonna fuck.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Listen, in 2 years, when your birthday comes up, or 3, excuse me, you're really gonna take a fucking bath then.
Rusty cunt bucket.
But after that, we'll be off for the week of Memorial Day. We'll return probably the week after. Let's actually see how my mouth feels after my oral surgery or procedure at that point. But episode 151 is going to look a lot different from what you guys are seeing now. Michael?
More changes coming. My technical director here, who is a genius on his computer, has decided that we need some new stuff. We are going to have some new layouts. We are going to even have a new way to introduce the show. So keep in tune to the Wise Guys YouTube channel as we bring you new things every 6 months. We're changing shit.
It's, the intro that we've got has worked us well. We'll still actually keep it in our back pocket for where we need. We hinted that we were going to be making a change after we put the draft intro together. We enjoyed it too much. I very much enjoyed making it. It kind of sucks of putting in like 3 hours of work for like, a 45-second clip, when that draft intro comes together, but it takes me all of about maybe 30 seconds to update the intro every week is what you guys are seeing now. Mike and I have loved that song that's being played on it. We're going to still keep the Abbey Noise song in our back pocket. That'll still come out. There's a possibility we're actually the one that we're using for this show right now that could actually end up being our live show intro for all we know. We're going to figure something out. We're going to, the show's not going to look as dark on your screens anymore. We'll leave it at that now for some of the things that we've got planned. We're going to see some graphic upticks. I've got a new computer coming here within the course of the next couple of weeks. That's really going to open me up to be able to edit a lot more. You might actually see a few more live streams coming here with me personally, as I might actually get into some game streaming as well. And then we're also going to figure out a way to be able to incorporate Michael into this, especially when we team up with John for when Super Battle Golf comes out later this summer on most platforms, as it right now is only on Steam. Let me just put it to you this way. Think of Fortnite with golf and rocket launchers.
I call the bazooka on hole number 1, please.
Fine. I get the nuclear. I get the atomic bomb on the green.
I'm okay with that.
and John will just be running people over with carts. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next Friday.